Hi, I'm Judy Ulrich, the instructor for your course. The title of our course is Global Visual Culture. And it's a little bit misleading, the title, for some of our students. I want you to know that in addition to painting and sculpture, which this one of your required textbooks focuses on, we'll also be talking about film, live theater, and dance. Those art forms are also consumed, if you will, visually, as well as orally, of course. So I just want you to understand that we're going to be covering all of those areas. It's an appreciation course, if you will, or a course where, for the most part, we analyze how the arts are done, how they work, have their effect upon us, and how each of us as individuals respond to singular works of art in different ways. What I see and experience is different from what you see and experience, and that's what the course is all about. Why does that happen? Your syllabus is your contract, and that's the first thing you'll see on your Moodle page. By contract, I mean is the course is laid out for you there, and the deal is that you'll follow what's on the contract, and I will too. The syllabus will point out that the course is divided into approximately 5 to 6 units or modules of studies. Those units are equally spaced throughout the term, and depending on the term, whether you take it during summer, a concentrated course, or whether you take it during a semester during the regular academic year, these units will be due once every 2 to 3 weeks. Now, those units each have about 10 activities that you are to complete. Some of them will be out of your seat. You might be looking at a friend as he or she poses as a piece of sculpture. So you'll have that experience of walking around a three-dimensional piece of sculpture. Some of them will take you off the internet and ask you to listen to some music or view something on television in order to see how those art forms also work their magic, if they will, on you. Now, one thing I want to point out about these units of activities, 5 or 6 of them again, depending on the length of our course, these are not just simply homework assignments that you can do the night before. These units comprise the meat of the course. As you know, that if this was a face-to-face class, we would be meeting together in a classroom for 60 hours, plus you'd have your homework. So these units are set up to be pretty hefty chunks of activities, taking a pretty hefty chunk of time for you to complete. They are the lectures and the activities and the group work and so forth that you'd be doing if this is a face-to-face class. In addition to the 5 or 6 units of activities, you'll complete 2 projects, which will take you off and on the term of the course, the time of the course that we have together. The first one is probably the favorite for most students because it really takes you away from your computer. You are to select 3 live arts events that occur during the term that you're taking this course, and or galleries that you can visit, art galleries, in order to do outside of class arts events. It's your choice. Now, how in the world are you going to find these or pay for these? Most of the arts events that happen in your community are free. You don't need to go to a $100 concert. You don't need to spend $10, $15, $20 going into an art gallery, but you can do that if you like. One great source to find arts events in your community is this newspaper called Lively Times. You'll find them in many public places and also restaurants and so forth. If you're on campus, we have a whole bunch sitting outside the bookstore all the time. This is also provided electronically to you. I'll take you to the website from the Montana Arts Council. It's just loaded with some of the activities that go on in Montana. And every state really has an arts council, a state arts council. So if you're taking this class from Idaho, we'll help you find a myriad of events, mostly free, and a myriad of galleries or museums that you can go to. It's really not hard at all. Again, these will be events that occur during this time together, not something that you did last month or last year. That will be one of the projects. You'll respond to these in a very controlled way, if you will, a 5-paragraph essay, and I will give you that outline, and you basically write 3 essays for those 3 different arts events. So you'll be able to choose those activities anytime this semester. Just don't wait until the last week of the term. Your other project for the semester, besides the Outside Arts Events project and besides your 5 to 6 units of activities, is another term-long project that I ask you to start thinking about right now. It's called the Arts of My Heritage. You can pick any part of what you consider your ethnicity, your family's religious or spiritual background. You can pick something to do with your family makeup, how and where you were raised, geographics, if you will. You can choose your My Heritage based on the sort of town or ranch that you grew up in. So there's all sorts of different ways you can define My Heritage. Most students pick the arts of their ethnic heritage. So looking at me, many people who look like me will pick something like their Norwegian or Northern European ethnic heritage. What you'll do is you'll study the contemporary arts, maybe films from that area or from that ethnicity, or you'll study a particular artist. You'll choose, and you will create a project with visuals to reflect that heritage. More about that later. Your units will be up, your syllabus will be up, and so will the structure for your other project, the Outside Arts events. So see you soon on Moodle.